Gyenanjanasalakaya chakshurunmilitam jena tasmai Sri Gurube Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Sabadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Siva Shadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna. Nice to see some of familiar faces. So today's subject is, am I the maker of my destiny or is life predestined? Rayansh Prabhu, nice to see you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So if I ask you a question, Rayansh Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
if I plant a mango seed, will coconut tree grow?
No, Prabhuji. A mango will come out.
Not coconut.
No, Prabhuji.
All possibilities open or only mango tree will come?
Only mango can come.
Okay, thank you. But how many mango and how long I'll be able to get the mango, that is yet to see. So if you think a little deeply, this discussion, our past karma does determine what will happen in our life. That is true. But it does not determine how we will react to it. Today we have a good weather here in Alachua. Generally, weather forecast can tell us whether our journey from my place to destiny is going to be snowy or sunny, right? But it does not determine what we do during the journey. Is that clear? So there are two schools of thought in this regard. We have to remember. They are called karmavadis, and another group is called dvaivavadis. I remember hearing from my childhood even, the karmavadis, they say, कपाल का नाम गोपाल, जहाँ जितना है उतना ही मिलेगा, ज्यादा नहीं मिलेगा. By my karma, I'll be successful. If I work hard enough, smart enough, then I'll become the next Bill Gates. I mean, those days they used to say Bill Gates. Maybe now is a new. So the law of karma works both ways. Sometimes due to past good karma, we get good reaction, even we don't proper action. There is another school of thought that in India, generally, a lot of people really believe till today. भाग्य में है तो मिलेगा, नहीं तो कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. Everything is determined by destiny. In Mahabharata, there is a character called Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra, the father of 100 sons, Kauravas, Dhritarashtra was trying to use Daivavad, this philosophy, to justify his inaction when Duryodhana was doing atrocities on the Pandavas. Vidura told him, stop your son harassing Pandavas. But Dhritarashtra's understanding and answer was that, well, it is what he is destined to do. Whether I like or not, that's what life is unfolding. Real Vedic understanding is that results of our action are determined both. My contemplation creates desire, so we act in this life. And our reaction on past karma of previous life. Example, a farmer's karma is to plow the field and sow the seed. But whether it will rain sufficiently or not, it's not up to the farmer. It is up to the divine arrangement, demigods. Matsavatar spoke this to Sattyavrata Muni. So from Brahma Vaivarta Puran, reference, karma is Daiva. Thanks for, you can say, to Matsavatar for explaining this. Are we the maker of our destiny or life is predestined? Find out. So Vidura explained to Dhritarashtra, destiny determines the consequences of our action, not our actions themselves. I hope it is not difficult to understand. This means that we are not like programmed robots, that we have no free will or no choice. Our past karma does determine what will happen in our life, but it does not determine how we will react to it. Destiny is something like weather forecast on a journey, or weather forecast can tell us whether our journey from one place to another going to be snowy or sunny. But it does not determine what we do during the journey. Is that clear? It does make sense, everyone? So with respect to destiny, there are two schools we should always remember. There are karmavadis and doivavadis. So karmavadis, you can ask, you can maybe analyze within yourself, what do you believe? Right at this moment, you can think. If you are karmavadi, then you'll be thinking, well, by my karma, I'll be successful. If I work hard enough, smart enough, then I'll become whatever I want to become. By my sweat and muscles, I will be successful. But if you look at the reality of life, so many people works hard. I saw in India, so many people works hard, but not all become successful. So therefore, karmava, the idea that everything depends on my action, brings frustration. And the people who follows this doctrine tend to develop an inferiority complex, because in reality, it is not our action alone that determines results. Many times we feel sorry when we study hard, don't get good marks. Come on, some of children are here. You can agree with me or you can challenge with me. So the law of karma works both ways. Now there's another school, as I mentioned, Doivavad. Doivavad is sometimes due to our past good karma, we get good reaction, even when we don't do proper action. On the other hand, Doivavad means to think everything is determined by destiny. What can I do? As I mentioned, Dhritarashtra was trying to use Dayavad to justify his inaction when Duryodhan was doing atrocities on the Pandavas. So Vidura, a devotee, Hare Krishna devotee from ISKCON, his name is Vidura, 5,000 years back, he told, stop your son Duryodhan from waging war against the Pandavas. Let him accept Krishna's peaceful proposal. You know what Dhritarashtra replied? I'm sure you all know. Dhritarashtra replied, no, if it is a will of destiny, then who am I? A tiny mortal? Sounds like he has intelligence to figure it out. Who am I to stop the will of Almighty destiny? Vidura reminded him, hey, you have your duty. You have the freedom to choose to do your duty or not. So you should try to stop your son to the best of your capacity. So what I understood from this episode, misunderstood Vedic philosophy. Many Western thinkers and westernized Indians misunderstand this Vedic philosophy also. They think that the Vedic philosophy is fatalistic because everything is predestined. And thus this notion preempts any purposeful activity. But actually, Indians were never lazy. Do you know world's biggest poem is the epic Mahabharata, which has what 110,000 verses. 110,000 verses. This is 7 times bigger than world's next two biggest poems, the Iliad and Odyssey combined together. So could lazy people have composed such a massive masterpiece? Literature, architecture, art. I went a few days back to Gainesville, Ridhanda Maharaj's place, and there was the Aryabhatta. I don't know how many of you ever heard Aryabhatta? From India. This whole mathematics comes from him. You would not have Western world would have any trace if Aryabhatta was not there. Now they recognize, but it's kind of like a not giving in a good way. Even science, mathematics had reached great heights in Vedic times. All this cannot be produce of a lazy people. So what is the Vedic philosophy? Vedic philosophy is not Daivavadi. I tell you right now. The real Vedic understanding is that the result of our actions are determined both our action of this life and reaction of the actions of previous life or past life. For example, the sowing of seeds and plowing of field is the karma of the farmer, as Matsya explained to Sattyavrata Muni. But whether it will rain sufficiently or not is the Daiva, whether demigod or Indra allows. Simply by sowing the seed and plowing the field, there will be no harvest unless there is a sufficient rain. Similarly, simply by sufficient rains, without sowing the seed and plowing the field, there will be no harvest. Does that make sense? I hope everybody agrees. I'm not trying to convince you, but I'm trying to give you the opportunity to think little deeper. So Vedic scriptures explain that you must just do your duty, right karma, not bother about the Daiva part. Not bothering about Daiva means not letting our destiny discourage us from doing our duty, whatever it is. This is so because if we do our karma now, it will give fruits. If Daiva is favorable now, but even if Daiva is unfavorable now, then this right karma is still creating the favorable Daiva for the future. Therefore, there is no reason to get discouraged or disheartened while performing one's prescribed duty. It is important to note that even if a person does good karma, that good karma will bring good reactions. This means he has to still stay in the material world to enjoy those good reactions. For example, if somebody offers free water taps in charity, I saw in Borobajar in Calcutta, a lot of, you can say, dharmic people, religious people, they have this setup of it's a hot summer, give water to the people walking. Some of the Borobajar, I don't know if anybody here ever went to Borobajar in Calcutta. It's like hardly you can walk. It's like people being pushed. Thousands and thousands every minute. So if somebody offers free water taps in charity, that is certainly good karma. But the reaction for it is that he has to take another birth in which he will never suffer from shortage of water. He might take birth near a lake or a river. Similarly, if somebody gives school textbooks in charity in Texas, just a random example, I'm just saying, then in his next life, he might become the owner of a printing factory, book publishing factory. But birth in the material world means he has to grow old, get disease, has to die, has to suffer the threefold miseries of material existence. Thus, even by good karma, we don't get out of the material world because good karma is not necessarily godly karma. As long as we are forgetful of God, we stay in this material world. So the real way to come out of the material world, which is the place of suffering, is by developing our bhakti, devotional service, which is actually called akarma. We're just reading it a few days back. Akarma, bikarma. Oh, that was last, no, it was yesterday, some Bengali class. So what do we need? We need empowerment by knowledge. Because of the time frame, I'm going to squeeze the understanding. The understanding of karma has a lot of bearing on the present state of society. Only when we understand karma will the call to morality have any meaning. Imagine you come to a city where it reads, "Welcome to our city," and there is no police force in this city. Please follow the laws. So I'm asking you a question. Do you think anybody will follow the laws? Driving 30 miles an hour, you think they will drive 29 miles or 30 max? Okay, thank you.
It needs
Nobody will.
reinforcement, Prabhuji.
Yes. Yes. Today's society has become like that. The legal system is known to be weak and corrupt. People think if I am clever enough, influential enough, or cunning enough, then I can do whatever I want. I can get away with it. So, if we want morality in society, we need to educate people to understand the law of karma. Then and then alone will the call to morality or the calls to ethics have any meaning. That's why it is said that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, just like for a child. Fear of his father is generally the main impetus for him to study. I don't know, maybe some of you experienced this. I did. Almost everyone, sometime or the other. At the time, we did not find this pleasant, but later on, we appreciate our parents for it. If at the time we would not have studied, we would have been in trouble. So here it is seen that the fear is often an impetus for doing our duty. Similarly, if there is no proper understanding of law of karma, the fear of the karmic reaction, most people will have no impetus to do good karma. Now, what about individual? Perhaps even more important is that understanding of the law of karma helps us to make sense of our present condition and gives us the strength to face suffering. Actually, a person without spiritual knowledge is like a person who is blindfolded and is beaten from top, bottom, left, right, front, and back without knowing from where the next blow is coming and why. At any moment, one can put into such situation for which one is left groping for answers for questions like, why me? Hey, why now? Why this? When we become well versed with the science of karma from Bhagavad Gita, it is like the blindfold is removed. Believe me, it is a big relief in my life. I see that. So when I was, for an example, I went to see a friend in a hospital. He was due to sickness. He was in hospital. And he told me he was looking at other patient, talking to them. One of the things they could not understand was emotionally crushing them was, all my relative and friends are happy. They are in their home, they are in their parties, enjoying life. Nobody's really enjoying life actually, but that is the illusion. I hope you don't have to go to hospital to realize that. So why am I suffering alone here? This thought crushes people completely when they face tough situation in life. But for intelligent devotee, as a devotee, we should know that it is just my karma. Just let me endure it and it will be over. In this way, the knowledge of the law of karma will help us to make sense out of our suffering and face it with calmness. Second, it will help all of us prepare for the future with confidence. It is not that just by knowing about karma, we will become free from suffering. I hope everybody understands my point. But we become like a sick patient who has understood what the disease is and how to cure it. He's still sick, you follow? The pain is still there, but it is going to decrease. But for the person who does not know the cure, his pain is going to increase, and on top of that, he will feel helpless and dejected. But a knowledgeable person knows sooner or later all the sufferings will come to an end. Thus, the science of karma is not a science of condemnation, it is a science of redemption. Message is not, hey, you are sinful, so suffer. That's not Krishna's thinks when he looks at us. But Krishna's message is, whatever be your past karma for which you are suffering now, just surrender to me. And my grace will come upon you and you will be saved. So I'm going to give 4 principles, what I understood. You can make a little note or try to remember it, because the truth is each of us will go through tough in life. It's not like it's an option. No, everybody goes through. Even when acharyas, they come to teach us from spiritual world, they also go through just to teach us, because doctor has to know the disease before he diagnose and prescribe to the patient. Doctor has to know also. Otherwise, if doctor doesn't know the disease, how is going to prescribe you? You can remember this as a freedom by Hare Krishna philosophy or bhakti. So beyond good karma, there is a akarma, devotional service, which brings the ultimate freedom from karmic entanglement. Let's see how. So devotional services provides us with with four great gifts. One is develop discrimination of right and wrong. So when we practice bhakti, the Lord, as the super soul in our heart, grants us the knowledge to make the right choice. All of us can, at some time or other, hear the voice of conscience. Anyone ever heard the word Vivek Buddhi? Yes, I see within me. I hope you all can just pay close attention. You'll see within you, Krishna is guiding. When we start doing something wrong, then the voice from inside warns, don't do this. No, not harsh way, maybe gentle way also can be. Please don't do this, or something like that. It is actually super soul. Guide us. If we want to do something right, this voice says, yes, do this now. So when we chant the holy name of Krishna, when we practice bhakti, devotional service, this inner voice becomes stronger and it guides us to make the right choice in life. Thus, devotional service can grant us the knowledge to gradually become disentangled from all karma. So that's one. Second is how determination, no, please follow right and avoid wrong by determination. So bhakti also saves us from doing further bad karma and craving to do bad karma. Deep down in your heart, if you are honest, you'll say, I don't want to do this bad karma, but somehow or other I feel like, oh my gosh, nobody knows, but I feel like doing this bad. If you're honest, you'll say, how did Pran Govinda knows about it? I don't know. I'm just read the philosophy, what Krishna trying to give us. So chanting the holy names gives us the inner satisfaction that enable us to say no to all the sinful pleasure of this world. It's not that we don't have. Once you have tilak and kontimala, you are free. No, no, no. That's not true. You are conscious being. You still have it. We not only know the right choice, but we also get the willpower to make those right choices. So first point was discriminating of right and wrong. Second is you have to make determination to follow the right and avoid wrong. Everybody got it? Okay. Third, certain reactions are going to come to us from the past, but devotional service will help us minimize those reactions. For devotees, Lord gives just a token reaction instead of the complete one. That token is given so that the devotee does not forget the miserable nature of this world. So what does that conclude? You can say minimization of sinful reaction. This is the third. Huh? Just like I give an example of the devotee who was cutting vegetable for Krishna, and he cut his finger. And Prabhupada was there, so he ran there and he asked Prabhupada, I am cutting vegetable for Krishna. How is that I got my finger cut? Prabhupada says, it could have been your head severed. Krishna just minimized it with little finger cut. And then he quoted that verse. Jastindra gopamatha bendra mahosa karma bandhana rupa phala bhajana matanoti karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Of course, devotee Western body had a faith in Prabhupada, but still he was thinking, really? I'm supposed to be dead? Krishna just made it through a little finger cut. Okay, he accepted it, but little doubt was there. Until Prabhupada left this world 77, he went to Ujha in Delhi to an astrologer named Ujha. I don't know if anybody ever heard it. He passed away. But anyway, so he met him, and after spending for an hour, and he said, oh my God, you're still alive. He said, what do you mean? So you're supposed to be dead. Dead? What do you mean dead? He said, oh yeah, your lifespan actually expired 10 years back. You're still alive. And then he traced back, it was that exactly same date that he got little finger cut. He's supposed to be killed by someone. Can you imagine that? Then he started crying. I'm laughing because it's so beautiful, this philosophy, that Krishna consciousness philosophy. And he cried and cried, and he was expressing his gratitude to Prabhupada, that how merciful Prabhupada was by engaging so many devotees, so many souls to serve Krishna. Okay, then number 4. Number 4 is, how do you face suffering in this world? You have to build some strength. What is it? Inner strength to face suffering. So whatever the residual karma that comes upon us, devotional service grants us the strength to tolerate that suffering. And one of the names of Krishna is Karuna Nidhi, reservoir of compassion. Karuna Nidhi Nam Tera. I remember hearing this song, very beautiful. Our acharyas give an example of how Krishna gives us strength to endure our sufferings. When child is going to school, because we have few children here, the mother knows today my child has not done his homework properly, and the teacher is going to give him little stick. Well, those days, they used to give a little stick. Open your hand, ouch, cry. So the mother knows today my child has not done his homework properly, and teacher going to give him little ouch on his hand with the stick. The mother does not want the child to get beaten. At the same time, wants the child to be disciplined. Can you understand that? Can you accept that? Really? Wow. Ritik Prabhu is shaking his head. I'm very happy to see that you shaking your head. So mother does not want the child to be beaten, at the same time wants the child to be disciplined. So she sends the child to school, but gives him thick gloves to wear. So when you get the stick, you don't feel as much pain you're supposed to get. So when the teacher beats him, He feels the impact, but he does not feel the pain. Similarly, when a devotee is supposed to get suffering because of his misdeed from material nature, who is like the teacher, Krishna, who is like the mother, gives his devotee this holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chanting which gives them the strength to tolerate and transcend their pain. So externally a devotee may seem to be in pain, but internally because of his remembrance of the holy name, he does not feel the suffering. And the more advanced a devotee is, the more he can experience the reality of this protection from Krishna. And I hope some of you are experiencing this. If not, develop devotion more internally and you will feel that. Otherwise, it's difficult to survive in this world. Okay, what's the conclusion? Exact time, can you believe? I did it exactly in 45 minutes. In conclusion, irrespective of our past karma, the spiritually scientific process of bhakti or devotional service is the best path to the highest happiness in this life and the next. Okay, now question is, how do you take from this discussion? Someone sent me a text this morning from the poster. He said, when everything is destined, how can we have free will? I said, join the class. He said, I won't be able to join because I have some program. I have to go to temple, but I'm curious. So for that person, I'll take just few minutes because he may hear the recording later. It is wrong to assume that everything is destined. And recently we had disappearance day, I believe, of Baladev Vidyabhushan Thakur. I think last week, yeah. So Baladev Vidyabhushan, who is prominent Acharya in the Gauriya Vaishnava tradition, mentions in his Govinda Bhashya as well as in Bhagavad Gita commentary. That's why Prabhupada loves him. You know, Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada offered Bhagavad Gita to who? Anybody saw that in the front page? You have Bhagavad Gita, Ritik Prabhu, open it and see. In the beginning, you'll see a blank page with 2-3 lines. Prabhupada writes, to Baladev Vidyabhushan, the composer or compiler of, I forgot what exactly word he used, of Govinda Bhashya. Because Prabhupada's Gita's explanation, Prabhupada got it from Baladev Vidyabhushan. Anyway, Baladev Vidyabhushan, he says, there is no meaning to the existence of scriptures because scripture tells us what to do, what not to do. So if our own actions were also destined, then there is no meaning to scriptures. Because it means we do not have free will and we are forced to act according to destiny's will. Does that make sense? Yes. Therefore, the very fact that...
Can you repeat that, Prabhuji, one more time?
No, I was thinking, I'm just saying what I remember it, that if our actions were also destined, then there is no meaning to scriptures. You know, in Bhagavad Gita, you open, how many places you'll see Krishna says, if you do this, this will happen. If you don't do this, why Krishna said that? If everything is destined, then why Krishna is instructing in Bhagavad Gita? You follow? Manmana bhava mad bhakta majja. Hey, think of me, bow down to me. Why Krishna is telling if everything is destined, predestined? It makes sense? So it is very important to understand that if our own actions were also destined, then there is no meaning to Bhagavad Gita or any scriptures, because it means that we do not have free will and we are forced to act according to destiny's will. Therefore, the very fact that Lord Krishna has given us scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, which provides instructions about what is and what is not to be done, to help us understand that we have free will, Prabhus and mothers, and we have the capacity to choose. You follow? Not that we only have free will, we also have a capacity to choose. So it is true that certain important things in our life are destined. But there are also equally not very important things where we have the capacity to choose. That's why Vidura, while talking to Dhritarashtra, reconciles, as I mentioned in the early part of my lecture, that free will is by saying that destiny determines the consequences of our action, not our action itself. Now, therefore, we have free will to choose our actions, but once we have chosen our action, then we cannot decide what consequences we'll get. Does it make sense? Yeah. I give you an example. If you board a flight, say from where? Where are you? Houston? From Houston to Florida. Then that person will have to, you don't have a choice but come to Florida. Once you are in the flight took off. So before boarding the flight, you have options to choose from, but once you are boards the flight, your choices are limited or even restricted. Do you agree? Come on, it's a simple thing. Yes. So one may say he has the choice to jump off the plane, but that choice will lead his death. So it's not feasible. It is important to understand that we are not entirely free to choose whatever we like. When we have a human body, we cannot fly like a bird. Come on. Don't you agree? Which means that still within the restriction also we have a certain freedom. For, like, consider a horse tied to a pole with a rope. I saw myself. So in one sense, the horse is restricted from moving anywhere, and we cannot cannot walk beyond the length of the rope. But at the same time, the horse is free to move anywhere within the circle, although there is restriction. So there is some amount of freedom also. This means that destiny determines the circumstances of our freedom, but it does not take away our freedom entirely. Everybody agrees? Okay. Rayansh Prabhu agrees. Good. We too have free will, and the wonderful thing about free will is that more we use it in a right way, the more freedom we will have to choose our free will. I give an example. When a person claims to be lazy, it appears to be a restriction to use free will more freely. But more the person tries to act energetically and tries to shed the habits of laziness, the more the person is able to give up laziness. And this way, we can see that there are certain things which are consequential, which can be changed. Our future is determined not so much by what happens to us, but more by how we respond to those events. What happened to us is destiny. How we respond, it is our free will. And more we respond appropriately, the more freedom we get to respond in a right way. With that understanding, we can make the right choice. Although certain things in our life may be destined, it is important to know that not everything is predestined in our life. I remember Srila Prabhupada lecture, Srila Prabhupada would explain that destiny determines the kind of body we get, which is like a person getting a car to drive from, say, uh, Houston to, where do we live, Rayans? Say Dallas. Okay, Houston to Dallas. The car may be fast car or a slow car, an old car or a new car, but whatever car a person gets, he has freedom to move along because the destiny is not determined by the car. It is determined by the person himself. Similarly, destiny will decide the body we get. Family you are born in, you may feel like, oh God, I got stuck with this poor family or rich family. I don't know, some of you, I'm sure you're thinking, I thought many times too, how it happens. Destiny will decide the body we get. Along with the body, certain events, accidents, its longevity. But what you and I will decide to do with the body depends on us. I mean, me or you. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is that we have a free will. And by using our free will, we can bring auspiciousness for ourselves, even within the limitation imposed upon us by our past destiny. Okay, we have few minutes. Any takeaway or further discussion required? I mean, this is clear cut. I don't think I made it complicated. Did I?
No, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful session. And now we will open for question answers. And if someone wants to express their gratitude, this is a time to do so. So I see Himu Mataji has raised her hand. Please, Mataji, ask your question. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Beautiful lecture, very simple to understand. My question here is listening to the soul, super soul, the little voice. I know a lot of times that voice is telling me to do the right thing, but it is subtle compared to, I think, if I'm right, the Maya voice. That is much louder than the other voice. So when I listen to it, yes, I feel good. And then when I don't listen to it, I feel, oh no, I did the wrong thing. How can you make yourself listen more to that super soul voice? The subtle voice. How can it is so soft.
In a practical way, we have to have a discriminating power to see whether it's coming from super soul or coming from Maya. Maya also has the access within us called mind. I give you a practical example. So one devotee in a morning walk told Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I had a wonderful dream of you, but it's very confusing. Prabhupada said, oh, you had my dream? He said, yes. You were there and you told me to take LSD. And Prabhupada said, oh no, that was not me. That was Maya took my form. So you think for a moment, wait, so that was not Prabhupada? Prabhupada said, no. That was Maya took my form and try to influence you that way. If you compare that to another incident where same morning walk, one devotee says, Prabhupada, I had a wonderful dream of you. So Prabhupada said, oh, very nice. What was the dream? He said, to be serious. Say, yes, that is Guru. My Gurudev came in my dream, say, Abhay, take sannyas. I still remember. It's ringing in me. So what does that means in both cases? It has to align with the devotional principle. Then you can see whether it is a super soul or not super soul.
Mm.
It makes sense?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Yes. So when I do what I'm not supposed to be doing, I'm assuming that's the Maya, and when I do the right thing, then it's the super soul. Am I right?
Yes. 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 Very good. Discrimination of right and wrong has to come from us, from within. And that's what the sadhan bhakti gives you. When we wake up in the morning, we chant, we hear about Bhagavatam, we serve, do some practical seva every day, we honor prasadam. All these things we do every day, it gives that connection in our connection. But at the same time, we are also bound by the mind, material mind.
That material mind is very powerful.
Can be if I am weak.
That's true.
That's what Prabhupada says, and I strongly believe it. Everything Prabhupada said, and I try to also see myself to become stronger. Maya is weak when you are stronger spiritually. Maya is strong when spiritually I am weak.
Yes, yes, that's true. True, Prabhuji. Yes, I agree with you.
Thank you.
100%. Because when I'm going on that path, I'm doing the right thing. And when I'm off that path, I'm doing the wrong thing. So yes, that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Thank you. It's a
Thank
beautiful
you.
question.
Thank you,
Thank
Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you,
you.
Mataji. It's such a wonderful question. So, next, we have Radha Jyoti Mataji. Uh, please unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Hare Krishna.
Touching my humble obeisances to you, and thank you so much for giving an opportunity to ask the.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances at dust of your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, when we talk about this super soul, I have one question. There is one example where there is a branch and two birds are sitting, and we say that the role of that bird is to watch, and that bird will not talk to that jiva, that soul. So but here we hear you say that super soul will give us instruction. So I'm little confused because mm, I have reference, I have these deep questions on this topic, that super soul will guide is one point where Srila Prabhupada writes, and another point, another the purport he writes that super soul will not directly connect to the jiva. He will not direct, but he will keep a watch what the jiva or the soul does. So there are two explanations about this. And third is that what my understanding goes is, when the voice comes and if it directs to Lord or all the devotional services towards the Lord, then it is a voice of Lord that he is inspiring. But when the voice is going against, then we have to make sure that it's a Maya, it's 100% Maya, and then we can take a control over that activity that we are going to do. So please do correct what I am trying to understand. Hare Krishna.
Krishna by nature is compassionate. There is nothing a soul can do to tell Krishna, or Krishna on his own, he'll say, I'm tired of you. Nothing. Soul cannot do anything This is Gajendra's prayers. Poshupasha Vimokshanaya Namo Lalaya Bhuri Karunaya is in 8th canto. You can read 8th canto, 3rd chapter. That nothing a soul can, I mean, a crude example can be a child cannot do horrible mistake for a mother to say, I don't have a child, forgetting the child. Not possible. Even materially, for a mother to think that I didn't have a child because he's so bad. No. You multiply million times, billion times, that's Krishna. Krishna will never, ever abandon soul not to help. 13.23 Bhagavad Gita, you can look at it. Upadrasta, I oversee everything. Anumanta, I permit. Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara Paramatmeti Chapi Deyasmin Purushapara. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshiniva Sharanam Surits Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam Nidhanam Bijam Abhayam. So many verses in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam explain that how Krishna is constantly trying, not by force, by his affection, care, protection, to bring the soul back, but with cleaning. When we have a dirt, I saw in a village in my childhood, a child was playing with the clay whole day. And mother, and the evening, finally mother said, okay, stop playing. Now come inside the house. So the child comes in the house and now he's exhausted and he wants to go to sleep. Mother say, oh, no, no, no. We need to clean your body because he's full of dirt. He doesn't want to clean. He wants to go to sleep. What do you suggest? She should let him sleep without cleaning his body? No. Hygienic. She cares for his healthy body. So while bathing and the child is crying, no, you're so mean. I remember it. Still, I remember it. But if you deep down in the heart of the mother, she cares for the child's future, but the child does not understand. So Super Soul Krishna always kind. There is never a chance that he is not kind. But as for relationship, if you don't want, then he remains neutral. As soon you ask for it, he is available. So we have to see something like that. He's always kind. Always kind.
Prabhuji, I have one more question. How we it's not about the consistency, but at the time that we decide, we are not following the exact time. What could be the like how you will give us the attitude so that we could stick to the time for the consistency? Any inspiring shloka?
More you do your good sadhana, instead of figuring out, don't try to figure it out. Just follow. Be a follower. Because figuring out actually prevent us to advance sometime. We need a discrimination power. We must follow. That is discriminating power. Doing the right things and not doing the wrong things. Discriminating power has to come within us. Then we need also determination. It's the same as Bhakti Sangha. Anukullasya Sankalpa Pratikullasya Varjanam. Raksha iti Vishwasa Guptite Paranam Tata. Krishna protects you when you maintain a belief that he will protect you. If you plug in the outlet, you will have illumination. Well, I don't want to plug in. I want illumination. That won't work. We have to do our part.
And Prabhuji, you mentioned the statement that within the restriction, we should bring the auspiciousness. So this is nothing but we are trying to build our bhakti sukruti. That is how it will come to an auspicious level. Is my understanding correct?
Yeah, it will come. But if you misuse it, there are some, I don't want to go to that route to explain. But sometime when we advance in spiritual path, we try to have that connection with Krishna, then we try to control others. Hey, I have Krishna. You are looking for Krishna. I have Krishna. Now let me tell you what you should do. This kind of idea has to be given up. I figured it out. No, we are just a follower. Remain simple. Krishna will be with you. But it's difficult. Just by talking about it will not go away. We really have to act. Be a simple-minded. As Mahaprabhu did to his Guru Maharaj, to Prakashananda Saraswati. Guru Mure Murkho Deki Korilo Sasan. Murkho Tumi Tumar Nahiko Vedanto Dikar Krishna Mantra Japogia Ei Mantra Sar. He said, my Guru Maharaj saw me a fool. I don't have capacity to study Vedanta. He said, chant this mantra. So he gave me the mantra, so I'm chanting. Prakashananda Saraswati Thakur says, okay, if your guru said that way, then you're chanting. But why you're dancing like a madman, crazy, rolling on the ground, crying for God? Your guru didn't tell you that. So he did not argue. Neither he put down gurus. He said a very wonderful way to look at it. He says, Krishna Nam Mahamantrer Eito Sabhav, Je Jape Tare Krishna Upaje Bhav. It is not that I am trying to roll on the ground or cry. I'm not trying to cry or roll on the ground. I'm following my guru. Simple. But the nature of holy name makes me cry, makes me express the strange way you may see. It is not I am doing. The holy name is making me do that. This is a beautiful way Mahaprabhu explained. We should always remain simple, full, as Prabhupada said, at the lotus feet of Guru. But we don't act as a fool. There's a big difference. We should feel that everything is coming from Krishna, Guru, mercy, I'm going. It's wonderful. But we don't act like a fool. So there is a subtle, you think about it, and Krishna will help you from within. Thank you for wonderful questions.
Thank you so much,
Eternally
Mataji.
grateful to you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, and so grateful to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Mother Mihika, you have a question? Please unmute yourself. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much for the
I
amazing
remember Mother
session.
Mihika. I remember you. Last time we had a talk over the Zoom. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, my question is kind of related to like the bad karma, good karma part of it. So, like you said that even if we do good or bad karma, we still have to come back to the material world to um
You
like
know,
face the reaction of it. So my question is like, if we do a karma, it's not like we do a karma all the time and not do any of the other like good karma or bad karma. So does that mean like we'll keep coming back into the cycle of birth and death until all of our karmas all got like a karma?
I want you to start thinking in another way. Please repeat after me. So long,
So long,
I, Mihika,
I, Mihika,
independently,
independently,
separately,
separately,
want to enjoy
want to enjoy
all my activities
all my activities
and the result of the activities
and the result of the activities
separately from Krishna.
separately from Krishna.
That is karma.
That's karma.
What did you get? So
That
what is karma means then?
is basically all the actions and reactions to that we ourselves I don't know how to say it. Like we engage in the reaction and the action and the reaction of the activities we do.
No. What I said, you have to repeat that. So long I want to enjoy separately activities and the result of activities away from Krishna, it is karma. It is not the activity is karma. It's the purpose behind the activities is karma. I want you to start thinking that way. So now, if you do all the activities, whatever it is, for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna, Prabhupada and Radha, Shyamsundar, or your behind is Radha Madhava. Okay, that's good. So long all your activities for their pleasure, then there is no karma. That's called akarma. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just meditate on that definition. Karma means when whatever I do, it is for their pleasure. Why you are listening the class right now? Because
To get
Prabhupada suggested we should discuss this philosophy. So why you are listening the class? For the pleasure of Prabhupada and Krishna, because they wanted me to do it. So everything that you do, see how Krishna and Prabhupada is pleased. Then you are out of karma.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mother Mihika, for a wonderful question. Prabhuji, I have a question. If you have some time, then
Okay.
maybe we can take that. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. It has been such a wonderful session. I didn't even realize that 1 hour is over. So time flies. So Prabhuji, my question is, as we were talking about free will, so how sometimes it so happens that you have to make a choice between what is right ethically and that is like maybe compassion for others, and at the same time you have to what should I say, be selfish to protect or safeguard your bhakti. So how are we going to, Prabhuji, like decide? Because a heart-hearted devotee cannot without compassion. I don't think devotion can exist because Krishna can never be in a hard-hearted place. So how are we going to be compassionate at understanding it, at the same time be compassionate to ourselves as well to protect our bhakti, Prabhuji? Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Krishna is always in the heart. Whether it's hard-hearted or soft-hearted doesn't matter. Krishna is eternally in the heart. Krishna is not affected whether we love him or we hate him. He's not affected by that. We are affected, for sure. Devotee means we understand that we are complete, but we are not completely complete without Krishna. There is a different kinds of completeness between Krishna's completeness and our completeness. Krishna is independently complete, but we are dependently complete. What is dependently complete? If we consider our hand as an example, our hand is perfectly equipped for functioning as a hand, gripping things, touching things, writing, slapping. Well, I should not say that, but punching. The hand does, and Ritik Prabhu agrees, so he's little smiling. He said, because he's sometimes punches maybe someone. No, I'm just kidding, don't worry. Although we are complete, we're not independently complete. Our completeness is dependent completeness. Since we are dependent on Krishna to be complete, when we imagine that we can be complete with something else other than Krishna, then such thought is an impurity or hard-hearted. That's what causes us hard-hearted. If I ask you a question, if I am facing opposite to Krishna, how many miles, how far distance can I go to meet him?
It will not make any difference.
Never,
Prabhuji.
never.
Never.
Yes, that is correct. But he's still there next to me. But I'm facing opposite. So essence of impurity is to think that there can be substitute to Krishna. I can live without God. This idea is coming from this illusion because we choose to. Is there anything beside Krishna? There it is. Krishna says, don't worry, I'll create something beside me. And that's why Maya comes. Bhayam ditya abhinveshatasya ishat apitasya viparjaya smiti. Bhayam ditya. When we turn away, then the fear develop. The secondary world, Maya develop. When we are facing towards Krishna, serving him, there is no Maya. There is no secondary world. So it's up to us that if we are in a service mood, then we are always in a peaceful atmosphere. And there won't be any hard-heartedness. And Krishna is still there. Whether we are hard-hearted or not doesn't matter. Krishna is still there, but he's not visible. So he becomes visible when we are soft-hearted. That's why, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, so many verses are about the cleaning. What he call Gundicha Marjan. So many pastime Mahaprabhu revealed because of that. So then all your problem disappears. Never have any more issues. So look at from that angle, mother. Then you'll see it.
Yeah, Prabhuji, because sometimes it gets so confused because compassion is one of the pillars for dharma, but at the same time, sometimes we hear that they say that bhakti is not for bhakti you need not to follow religion, but at the same time you cannot keep on breaking the principles of religion, Prabhuji. So that's where my confusion is. So,
What the religion? Now I don't know what religion you're
so
talking.
I'm talking about dharma. So there were
Dharma, the word dharma
four
means.
principles, right? So compassion,
Oh,
truthfulness.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
You're talking
So
about the dharma principle.
yes, Prabhuji. So if we say that okay, we are following bhakti, so we need not to follow or we need not to worry about these four principles of dharma, then I get confused, Prabhuji. So how are we going to choose?
I am confused myself. If you don't follow the dharma, you cannot do bhakti. That is oxymoron.
Yeah.
You cannot have in front of sun and say, it's dark. It's not possible. Sun means light, illumination.
Yeah.
So when you say bhakti means devotion to God, dharma is already there, four principles already there. So somebody say, I'm doing bhakti, I don't have to follow, that means they are not doing bhakti. It's not possible. It's oxymoron. How can you say doing bhakti and those things are also there? That's not possible.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for clarifying that, because I was myself like amazed and confused, and I got an opportunity to ask you this. So I'm really grateful to you, Prabhuji. So we have a few more questions, Prabhuji. If you have some time, then we can take
Sure.
them. Okay, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Harilila Prabhuji, you can unmute yourself and ask question. Hare
हरे
Krishna.
कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी प्रणाम प्रभु जी आपके चरणों में प्रणाम बहुत दिनों के बाद आपको का दर्शन हुआ और
बहुत दिनों के बाद. I
it was
remember
very
Hare Lila Prabhu. You are very compassionate to me always.
it was a very wonderful session Prabhuji. So amazing explanation regarding destiny karma and everything, and very nice conversation, question and answer. I'm so pleased that you are back on our Parthati Foundation and giving us your wisdom, kind of you are enlightening us in all the aspects of our life. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm glad you have given me chance to serve. You are
Thank you
wonderful.
so much,
I hope
Prabhuji.
you are
Thank you.
doing well.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Wonderful. Thank
Prabhuji
you.
underwent a heart surgery, Prabhuji, but now he's gaining strength again. I can see that. So thank you so much, Harilila Prabhuji. It's
You.
wonderful to have your
How,
association, and thank
how
you.
old
Hare
are you? 16 or 17?
Oh my goodness. What I say? 83, Prabhuji.
Wow. You are wonderful, Prabhu. You are keeping this group going. It's the greatest service you can do.
Yeah, we need your service, Prabhuji, because your wisdom and your knowledge, like, you give so many examples from Prabhupada's life also, Prabhupada conversation and so forth. And the Srimad Bhagavatam, you have understood so nicely that you can go anywhere, any place, and give us a sort of an insight into it, to understand more about it. That is really great, Prabhuji. So we like to have your company more often if you have time, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for that.
I'll try to come more. Sure. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, and I too and all the people here will agree that we need more and more of Pran Govind Prabhuji's association. Thank you so much. We have one more raised hand, Prabhuji. If we have some time, then we can go ahead.
Yes.
Sure, Prabhuji. So, Vishal Prabhuji, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, प्रणाम। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna.
प्रभु जी मैं हिंदी में सवाल पूछ सकता हूँ प्रभु जी?
Maybe you can.
कैन आई आस्क लैंग्वेज?
The sound is breaking for
Yeah,
me.
maybe Prabhuji, you can, just stop your video because I think the internet wave bandwidth is little low. So if you,
यस 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 यस।
yeah, now it's so clear, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yeah, हाँ Prabhuji, आप पूछ लीजिए.
कैन आई आस्क इन हिंदी लैंग्वेज प्रभु जी? कैन आई आस्क इन हिंदी लैंग्वेज प्रभु जी?
Yes.
I'll try
ओके
to
प्रभु
understand.
जी। ओके प्रभु जी, नो इशू। एक्चुअली प्रभु जी मैंने सुना था कि अगर हमारे भाग्य में है तो अगर हम एक कमरे के अंदर बंद भी हो जाए तो भी वो चीज हमें मिलनी है, और अगर हमारे भाग्य में है ही नहीं तो हम कुछ भी कर लें तो हमें वो चीज मिलनी ही नहीं है हमें। तो एक्चुअली वो चीज को कैसे अंडरस्टैंड करें कि अगर हमें जो लिखा हुआ है वो मिलना है तो ये हमारी चॉइस है कि हम कुछ काम ही ना, मतलब कुछ एक्टिविटी, मतलब क्या कहते हैं उसे, करें ही ना कुछ, तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो जो हमारे पिछले पास्ट में जो हमने कमाया हुआ है वो हमें मिलना है। तो वो जो हमें मिलना है वो खुद ब खुद हमें उस चीज के लिए मेहनत करवाएगा वो हमें, या फिर हम उसके पीछे भागेंगे हम उसके पीछे? तो थोड़ा सा प्रभु जी कंफ्यूजन है चीज को देखो।
I have to think little bit. What did I understand? Maybe not clear. Somebody can tell me in English little bit more.
Prabhuji, what I understood is Prabhuji is saying that if it's predestined that whatever we are supposed to get, then we will be forced to act accordingly because it's predestined. That's Prabhuji, can I say so much to you? Vishal
यस
Prabhuji?
माता जी,
Yeah.
यस 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 माता जी।
So will our
मत
actions be enforced because it's predestined that we will get something, Prabhuji? That's the question I understand. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to answer in English. Is that okay?
नो इशू प्रभु जी, नो इशू।
Okay. Okay. So in the beginning, I was mentioning, talking about Karmabad and Doivabad.
यस प्रभु जी,
We have to always remember this. These two school of thought. In Karma
यस
Mimamsa,
प्रभु
Jaimini promote this. Jaimini is a disciple of Vyasdev. He promote this.
यस प्रभु जी,
And
यस प्रभु जी,
it's valid million years back, 5,000 years back. It's still valid now, and it will be valid till end of Kali Yuga also. It is not going away. Same principle. I mentioned that if I plant a mango, Rayans Prabhu said, I asked him if I get a coconut tree, when it will grow when I plant a mango. He said, never. I felt very bad because I wanted coconut tree, but I'm planting mango. And he said, it will never grow mango. So, I mean, it will never grow coconut. So, our life is like that. What is unfolding in front of us, that is called predestined. But that doesn't mean that we are helpless. No, no, we are not helpless. Like, for an example, I gave that example that weather may be very bad, and I have to go, I am in Alachua, I'm going to go to Miami. Inside, the outside weather is bad, but inside the car, weather has no effect.
यस प्रभु जी,
I can be joyful talking about philosophy or chant and be happy, have a wonderful, nice prasadam, maybe some muri, pakora, and weather has nothing to do with it. So it is both that by my karma I'll be successful. We think like this. If I work hard enough, smart enough, then I'll become the next rich man or whatever. Every children thinks like that. They grow up like this. They do. And
यस
then the
प्रभु जी,
other philosophy is, Are Baba, everything already done in your life. Kapal ka naam Gopal. I heard this in Calcutta. They said, Nasib mein hai to milega, nahi to nahi milega.
जी प्रभु जी, यस प्रभु
There is a one group of people are like this also. And you'll
यस
see
प्रभु
within your own house, you have a same parents, same mother, same father, your brother, sister eating the same food, you are eating the same food, but completely opposite person. Your sister, brother
यस
thinking
प्रभु
in one way, you are thinking another way. So why not you getting all the same food, same parents, same house? Why different personality developing? Because it is predestined. As the time unfold, each person will think different way. Our Krishna consciousness view in that yes, my contemplation creates desire, so we act in this life. Our reaction on past karma, previous life, so both has to be reconciled. Just like I gave an example of Matsya Avatar to Sattabrata Muni, the Damodarastakam, who compiled Damodarastakam so nicely. I think it's coming, no? In few months, Damodarastakam will be, no, maybe few more months. Yeah, something like that in Kartik. But Satyavrata Muni's life, you'll see, Matsavatar giving an example that a farmer, he sowed the seed on the ground and that year there was no rain. So he regretted. Next year, he said, last year I sowed the seed, no rain, I didn't get anything. This year I'm not going to do any work. And there was so much rain. Then he regretted again. First year he regretted. Second year also regretted. Third year, he has an intelligence and somebody guided him. No, Baba, do your duty. Don't worry about God's duty. God will do his duty. You do your duty. So he plowed the field, sowed the seed, and rain also came. He became very rich. All the grains came. So our karmic life in this life is like this. We must try to do our duty diligently. What will be the result? What will be the outcome? That is not calculated by us.
That's good.
If Rayans Prabhu thinks, well, Bhagavad Gita 2.47 says, Karmanye vadikarasten mahaleshu kadachana. Don't hanker for the result. So why should I study so much? That's verse does not say that. Verse says you prepare, study very diligently. But after you sit down in the exam, don't after you finish everything, because if you don't prepare well, you will not do well. But after you go through the exam, don't worry about the result, because that is not up to you. Does that make sense? So we must do our
Yes,
part.
Guru.
Especially for devotees, this is difference. It's a little difference, because in a sense that we are developing freedom. You can remember that, Prabhu. Freedom by Krishna consciousness. We really have a freedom. I see in my own life. Not that I had a best life. No. I try to make it better than whatever it is. And it works. Not on my own, but by the blessing and my endeavor together, combination. It works the best. How? I develop a discrimination of right and wrong. That is required. That is required. Not that everything around me, I like it. But then I look at potential of that person doing wrong, then anger or whatever, grudge against that person goes down, diminish. Even Bhishmadev says that I maintained a compassion towards every living being. So never anger developed. But he's a Kshatriya. If you don't have a anger, how do you going to fight? Prabhuji, just think for a moment. Everyday Pandavas would come to Bhishmadev before the war in the battlefield. Say, grandfather, we are your grandchildren. Please bless us. And Bhishmadev would say, I bless you, become victorious. Vijayi Bhava. Now,
Yes, Guru.
if you think of logically, doesn't make any sense. He's fighting on the opposite party and he's blessing them to be victorious.
Yes, Guru.
Good thing is that Duryodhan was not there. He never heard what the blessing was. Otherwise, he would make a big hodgepodge about it. But he did
Yes.
not like it. He did not, he hated it. But they do not ever discard their affection, compassion, even though they are in the enemy side and they're fighting vigorously. When Bhishmadev is trying to kill Arjuna, he was not joking. He was really trying to kill. Was not like playing. Hey, I give him blessing this morning that he will be Bijoyi Bhava. So how am I going to kill Arjuna? No, he tried his best. We have to do like this. Every day we have to do our sadhana, whatever service we have, best possible. At the same time, maintain that respect that every soul has a relationship with Krishna. And our presence may awaken that love within that soul. Then even if your life, if it was miserable today, it may be 10% miserable result, 90% become joyful. Instead of 90% bad and 10% good, it can reverse. So our devotional attitude with the discrimination power of right and wrong will keep us successful ultimately. And that will please Prabhupada, believe me. If we all become pure devotee, Prabhupada will be more happy than anything else. He told this to in Paris. One new bhakta. There was some sannyasi sitting in the front, and one boy just joined, and Prabhupada say, is there any question? And I guess he knew English because they speak, French. He raised hand and everybody was like looking, wow, who is this boy? Just joined yesterday, he has a question. He said, how can I become like you? What kind of question is that? Sannyasi, they're like little bit freaky, like, what? He wants to become like Prabhupada? You may think it is not legitimate question. You may think it's not legitimate question. But Prabhupada took it seriously. He said, this is legitimate question. Indradumna Maharaj tell this story. He told me. He was there. He was like shocked. Prabhupada said, why do I travel everywhere? Why? He said, I travel everywhere so that you can become like me. I want all my followers to become lover of Krishna, pure devotee. So that blessing is there in our life. Doesn't matter whatever karma in our life is. Krishna can minimize by seeing our attitude. When we say ananyas chintanto mam je jana parjupasate tesam nitya vijuktanam yogaskema bahami aham. It is not for everybody. It is for the ISKCON devotees. When we act and we feel helpless, don't worry. Krishna is there actually. Is there. He's going to do the best what we need, more than our capacity. We have to have a faith. Krishna will protect when? When Krishna will protect? If somebody asks you a question, when Krishna will protect? Bhaktivinoda Thakur write the answer. Avishya Rakshive Krishna Vishwasa Palan. You believe, you maintain the belief, then he will protect. You don't maintain the belief, even you are chanting, but you don't have faith, you will not be protected. So हमारा खुद काम करना पड़ेगा. I must maintain belief. Then Krishna will reciprocate. Bhakta means like this. Majority devotee sometimes has a doubt this. But doubt coming because they don't maintain the belief. I had the same problem. We must maintain that belief that Krishna will. Avishya Rakshive Krishna Vishwasa Palan. Palan matlab you have to maintain that Krishna हमको रक्षा करेगा. Krishna will make me better. Whatever I'm going through, whether it's a sickness or humiliation or whatever devotee goes through, they will go through. Jato saddha mat gatasu nirvinna sarva karmasu. Prabhu, when you have time, read this, write it down, 11.20.27.28. Because sometime you think, I'm going through tough life. Krishna knows what I'm going through. Does Krishna really feel what pain I am going through? Read that. There are, I think, 4 pages per book. Try to read it few times. I read it many times.
Which word, Purji? You can
11.20.27.28 together. It verse goes like this. Jato saddha mat katasu nirvinna sarva karmasu vedo dukkha atmakan kaman parityage api anishara tato bhajeto mam prito shraddhalo dhira nischaya. Beautiful. When you understand that verse, you say, okay, even though Krishna does not feel what the material suffering is, but it seems like he knows me. He's arranging this. You'll be a different person, Prabhu. Krishna wants you to come completely clean. That's why it takes little heart struggle. Krishna is like mother, doesn't want the child halfway bathing. Completely clean. She wipes the water, put on dress. Now you are completely free to go to sleep. But halfway baby said, that's enough. I'm tired. No more. But mother's eyes, no, no, no. You still there is dirt. I don't see. I don't see. It's all clean. Can I get relief, Krishna, please? This president of this temple is like hammering me. Sorry, I don't mean attacking anybody. Or that devotee.
Yes, Purji.
Or my relatives, or my this, that, my friend hate me. Or don't worry. You keep on going. Keep on going. One day you'll be completely free. And you'll be crying and thanking Krishna. How merciful he is, purifying us. Thank you, Prabhu. Nice question. Beautiful
Thank you so
question.
much, Purji. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Purji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Pran Govind Prabhuji and Vishal Prabhuji.
Thank you, Purji.
So,
Any takeaway, anybody? What remembers? Ritik Prabhu and Rayansh, what you took away? I remember you both. Share. Or Mother Mihika or anybody. Whatever you remember to take it. That you will react or reflect. Yes.
yes,
Prabhuji, Prabhuji, I learned that like the farmer, so it's rain, that's the karma that happened, but it's your choice how to react to that.
Prabhuji, what I took away from the class was how there were 2 schools of knowledge. There was the one where like people think that, oh, it's all predestined and I can't do anything, and there's one that people think only I know what, like, oh, I can choose what's gonna happen. But what's really happening is that you choose, but it's also predestined partially, so it's half and half.
Very good. At least you got some idea. Yes. Yes. It's up to you too. Thank you. Thank you. That's wonderful.
thank you so much, Prabhuji. And
Okay.
my takeaway is that the point that struck me today is the one that said that about Baldev Vidyabhushan, when he says that if everything is predestined, then we don't need the scriptures. And what's the need for scriptures? We need scriptures because there is predestination plus whatever actions we are taking or whatever free will, that little free will that we have, we are choosing from that. So that will be my takeaway, Prabhuji. I'll meditate on that. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful session and illuminating our hearts. So we all can, we don't have any more raised hands. And if anybody has more questions, then they can just text and we can ask Prabhuji, because we are almost over time. So thank you so much for a wonderful association and
Hare
illuminating our hearts, Prabhuji. I'm really, really grateful to you for giving us such beautiful insights and practical solutions to how to execute bhakti. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. And we
Hare
hope
Krishna,
this
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama, Hare
हरे
Rama,
राम
Rama
हरे
Rama.
राम 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 हरे हरे
Vanchakalpatarubhesya kripa sindhuveva cha patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo.
Vaishnavebhyo.
Srila
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai.
Ram
जय
Prabhu ki Jai. Bhakti
जय
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
हरे
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.